Mosley has left me with her Trackwork job for the week, so I thought instead of heading out to Trackwork, why not catch up with some of our trainers here at Canterbury on a Wednesday afternoon. Of course, it's 7 Stakes Day. Group 1 action is back at Randwick, including our feature, the shorts, and seeing some of our top class sprinters. I'm about to catch up with some of our trainers ahead of Saturday and, of course, the Newcastle Cup meeting on Friday. Joe, you've got quite a few runners in over the weekend. Bridgetine Gall, where does she go? Newcastle or Randwick Saturday?
Yeah, decision's 99% sure we're going to go to Randwick with her, just with the better draw. Stakes racing is not far away for her. I mean, she's already twice stakes placed, but we figured from a tricky draw, it just makes that task at Newcastle a little bit harder. So we'll keep her there at Randwick, and as I say, I think she's going to play a nice part in the carnival. She's a really nice mare.
Were you happy with that first up run in the Mona Lisa?
Yeah, I thought she looked like a semi-trailer trying to get around a go-kart track. So she's a big girl, big striding girl. She's a good horse, and that didn't suit her. But I wouldn't. I thought it was basically a glorified barrier trial. I didn't go before the race, but it ended up a glorified barrier trial for her, and she's come out of it really well.
Headley Grange, do you head to Newcastle or Randwick with him?
He'll go to Newcastle at this stage. It looks a better option for him, slightly better drawn. Very honest, genuine horse. I don't think he's ever run a bad race. He'll be thereabouts. He'll be fighting out the finish, I'm sure.
And then in 7 Stakes, you've got Chaywolf and Private Eye. How are they both tracking?
Super. Yep, really happy with them. So a bit of a shame to clash the two best horses in the stable, but at the same time, it's a $1 million race. It's going to suit them both. They're both ready for it. They both had a couple of runs back. Really happy with them, and probably with the draw for Chairwolf, he probably has got the better chance because of that nice soft draw. If he can hopefully just jump and take some advantage of that.
What do you do with Private Eye from that gate? A
little bit tricky. Won't be tying Adam down too much. If he jumps and just flows and wants to be part of it, he could be in that first 3 or 4. But it is a touch tricky, that draw.
The Epsom weights came out. Chaywolf's got 58. Would you be tempted to go there, or are you just thinking King Charles?
Look, I think it's just all about getting him through Saturday first and seeing what it is, where he's at. I thought his first up run was terrific. Second up, I think just a bit flat from that first up run. Should bounce back on Saturday and make a decision after that.
The shorts, Dragonstone and Marzu?
Yeah, 2 good, honest horses, but they're up against the best sprinters going around. I could see them running cheeky races, but winning might be a tall order.
Did you have In Flight nominated, but you didn't accept with her?
I want a wet track for her when she next runs, and it certainly won't be wet on Randwick on Saturday.
Luke Tulsey's nominated for Newcastle and Saturday. Where would you prefer to go?
Drawn better at Newcastle. She's an emergency, but it potentially looks like she'll get a run. So if we get a run, we'll go Friday Newcastle.
How's she going?
Yeah, she's going well. She was honest first up. She sort of just probably overdid it a touch first up at Wyong, but now she's had that run under the belt. She's fitter and stronger, and I think she's going well.
Dance to the Boom, I thought her first up run was quite good.
Yeah, it was. Probably just a little bit sharp for her. She's never been in an 1100 before, let alone one in town. So she's been back to the trials and straight up to 14. She trialled superb. Work on Tuesday was great. I think she'll see a big improvement. Arapaho
are now anchorage in the Kingston town.
Yeah, Arapaho's going fantastically well. Couldn't be happier with his first 2 runs. And out to 2000 now, he's drawn a lovely gate. He'll run really well. Our anchorage was okay first up. He was obviously a distance well short of his best, but getting closer now. Probably needs 1 more and then looking to peak when he gets up over 2400.
Within the law, she's not real big, but she's gallant, isn't she?
She's such a trier. I've never met a more genuine racehorse, and just really wants to please you every time she goes out. So she's drawn a tricky gate again, which she never gets any luck with barriers, but their racing pattern is to get back and in a comfort zone and really finish off. So I'm excited to see her at 1400. She's never been to 1400 before because she's always gone, well, last time she went 1200 to a mile. So nice natural progression with good grounding this time. I think she'll run really well on Saturday and then on to the next one.
Perfumist?
Yeah, back to the drawing board with her, went back to the trials and trying to get her to switch off. She's been a little bit disappointing this time in. Gets back to her distance range though. She's an out-and-out miler, so she's been in 2 1200s now, back to the trials, up to 1600. Need her to find her best, but I think she can.
And Disneck, your final runner?
He was fantastic last start. He had no luck at all and finished the race off really well when it was all sort of over. So he gets a lovely gate. He gets back in his races, so he needs luck, but I think he's going really well and he loves a dry deck. So I think he'll be right in the race on Saturday.
Charlie Duckworth, how was Wotan pulled up after the run to the Rose?
Yeah, he's pulled up super. Another luckless run from him. He's obviously, we all know he's a Group 1 colt. It's just very unfortunate he draws wide barriers and doesn't always get even luck. So he ran home in a nice section. He broke 34 with ease and really hit the line. Jason was absolutely wrapped with him, so the way he powered through the line, the 1400 and the Golden Rose looks to be perfect.
We'll just touch on the 7 stakes runners. Lyndon Mangizi was great last start.
Yeah, he was brilliant. I don't think he'll be racing on a heavy track ever again. He's 0 from 5, and he showed exactly the errors of our judgment running him on that the start before, because he bounced straight back into form. He was tough late, and yeah, Nash is obviously gets the best out of him. He's just a lovely old boy.
Kovalika?
Probably needs a little bit further. This might just be a little bit sharp for him, but he seems to be coming along nicely.
Militarise, how's he come back?
Yeah, he was really good first up. Soft draw on Saturday. I think he'll be right in it. This is his first sort of preparation, coming off a prep rather than coming out of the breeding barn. So I think we might just see the best of him this prep.
Cadaver?
Needs further. He was balloted out of the 2,000 metre race, so this is more of a stepping stone into races over further.
And Fangirl, how's she come back from the trip down to Melbourne?
Yeah, she's come back in terrific order. She's actually come back with a real spring in her step. She just didn't the way the race was run and Caulfield didn't quite suit her, but she loves the Randwick Mile, and yeah, she gets James back aboard. She's got a nice draw. There's lots to like.
Out of the rest of your runners, is there anything that you're really looking forward to seeing?
Oh, I think probably just the shorts. Obviously, you've got Jolly Star resuming, which is going to be very exciting. She has drawn awkwardly, and then Generosity, who was just about as unlucky as Lady Shenandoah from the same race, and she's got 53 kilos, lightweight, good draw. Yeah, I'm really excited to see that race, and you know, the winner, if it isn't in the Everest, will ultimately get an Everest slot on Saturday. So yeah, there's a lot to be played for.
Adrian, plenty of runners on Saturday. I won't go through them all. Firstly, Vauban, how's he?
Excellent. He's come through that first up run in great shape. I thought it was an excellent return from him as well, just being over the mile, which was well short of his best. So stepping up to 2,000 metres, which we've seen him successful at here last preparation, so looks a nice setup for him. I thought he's trained on nicely.
I did notice in the yard he was a lot more settled. I thought he'd be fresh and how he used to be, sweating up, but he was really good.
Yeah, I was really encouraged by that. A little bit surprised myself as well. So yeah, I think that's good signs for him going forward this preparation. He just seems a very happy and content horse, and that showed through in his sort of parade and racing. So hopefully that's a pattern that we can keep throughout the campaign. Elamaz, a lovely horse, still learning about him. Had a nice win in winter company, so he's got to step up once again here, but his 2 trials have been very encouraging. He's one that's open to some nice improvement.
And what are you thinking now with Royal Patronage? He's drawn wide in the Bill Ritchie, and he's also in the 7 stakes.
Yeah, awkward draw on the Bill Ritchie, and forced to carry a bit of weight there. Obviously better placed under the weight for age conditions. Was just sort of the mile first up is new ground for him. He's very good first up, very good fresh, but they've been over 13 and 1400. So, but he seems to have a good foundation. He's in good shape. So at this stage, leaning that way. But if that's the case, he'll be open to some nice improvement.
Is there anything else from the stable that you're looking forward to stepping out on Saturday?
I thought Dominator was honest first up, just over 1200, which was always going to be a bit short for her. So she's getting out to the right trip on Saturday.
Ben Duckworth, I wanted to touch on Manal firstly. She was so good at Rose Hill on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a great result for the team. A lot of hard work's been put into her, and to see her back in the winner's circle, she deserves it. She's been a tremendous filly now mare to sort of be so awesome at 2 and from the gym crack and win a Group 1 and then come back at 3 and win a group race, and now at 4 to do the same thing. It's a huge credit to the team, and yeah, what an awesome mare.
Looking forward to Saturday now. Apocalyptic, she was so good. First up, how's she trained on from that run?
Yeah, it was an awesome first up effort there. She's come through it in great order. We are looking forward to sort of stepping her out to 1400 metres, because we do think she's a filly that's going to improve once she gets out to the mile. So she did a lovely piece of work at home on Tuesday, and we couldn't be happier in the order she's in.
Has Tommy come in and had a sit on her since?
Yeah, Tommy was there Tuesday, and he was very pleased.
Speaking of Tommy, right, he'll also ride Mahuna. How's she come back?
Yeah, correct. So yeah, Tommy was in on Tuesday. He had a sit on Mahuna, and once again she's in great order. Her work was fantastic, and we're looking forward to getting her off to the races on Saturday.
Physically, how has she done in the interim? Has she come back a more stronger filly, or how's she looking?
Yeah, she's definitely filled out. She's not an overly big filly, but her frame, she's filled out to it. She's strengthened up. We've been very happy with her 2 trials, and yeah, she's in terrific order.
Gary, you've got Queen of Clubs back at the races on Saturday. You've given her an extra trial in between. How's she going?
Yeah, really well, Shani. She had that hard run first up on that really heavy track. And we decided on the day that it was probably not a good idea to go around over 1200 again. So we gave her that month between runs to go the T rows. Gave her a gallop in between races with NCAP. Took her the trials of the day and she worked home nicely. Nash had a nice feel of her there and I've just kept it very simple since then. So, yeah, looking forward to the weekend. Drawn a little awkwardly from the 9. I'm not sure where she gets to, but, the main thing is she hits the line strongly and we've got the Flight Stakes 2 weeks later.
So the Flight Stakes, as you said, 2 weeks later. What else have you got in mind for her, or you just want to get to that race first?
Yeah, look, I think it's a crossroads for us. She's still early in the campaign, as it'll turn out. She'll be only third up, so there'll be plenty left. But you've got to prove she's there and she's good enough to go on. There's probably 1,000 guineas, or if she was looking for further, we could end up in Melbourne for the Oaks. But I think we'll learn a lot more about her once we get to the mile at Randwick and we can work out a program from there.
You pleased you right the way through?
Yeah, look, she only had a couple of weeks off after she won at Rosehill that day. So she had residual fitness going into that 12, and I think that showed late when most horses would have been bogging down and had enough. She had the fitness to dig back, which got her into that black type third. She's a lovely horse to train. She's very relaxed and she looks after herself. And, I've just kept her working over like half pace over 6 furlongs and things just to keep her ticking over for the weekend. I want that turn of foot back in her legs on the weekend.
Kintyre, he resumes in the Bill Ritchie.
Yeah, he's flying at home. Trialled really well. He had a little throat operation after last campaign. He just came from nowhere. His throat had always been perfect, a great winded horse, and he couldn't breathe at his last start. Craig Williams said his throat's gone, and we were quite surprised and had a look, and it had collapsed. His larynx had collapsed. So good operation, and he's been working great. He's a happy horse, and his last trial was really good. Barrier 3 gives him every chance with 54 on his back, and I think he'll run a cheeky race.
And finally, how did NCAP come through the run on Saturday?
He's fantastic. His last 600 was phenomenal, around 33 neat. I think it was the third fastest of the whole meeting. So unfortunately the track was a bit leaderish and had to give him a bit of a start, but he's going to Shannon next week and backs up into the Epsom as we did the Doncaster last season. So looking forward to hopefully going 2 better in the Epsom.
Michael Hawkes, firstly, how did Federalist and Nepotism pull up?
Yeah, they pulled up well, Shenny. Unfortunately, probably the way the track played on the day, it didn't suit any of our 2 runners. They were doing their best part at the end, but look, they've had a first up run, they've come through it well, and that's all that matters.
Where do they both head?
Yeah, Nepotism, he'll head to the Golden Rose, and Federalist will take the left field with him and go to the Dulcified Mile at Randwick.
Swift Falcon, does he go around in the Cameron on Friday?
Swift Falcon's Cameron Friday. Unfortunately, he's drawn the car park again. Never seems to draw a decent barrier, but look, big straight. It's a lovely track. We love going there. Our horses get all the experience there, and I think it's going to suit him. He's actually well weighted in the race like this, and just trying to get him back with his confidence on. We've taken the winkers off just to give him that bit more confidence, just to try something different, and the horse is going really good. He's pulled up well from his run first up, and he looks really, really good.
You must have been really encouraged with the last part of his work in that first up run.
Yeah, it was super. Honestly, the horse, he's improved again. He looks and feels bigger, stronger, better, but when you're a back marker, unfortunately, you got to make your own luck, and that's his problem, where he just does have to make his luck. So can't fault. He looks good. I'm happy, and I think it's actually going to be a nice barrier for him out there. Hopefully we'll get a bit of cover and zoom down the outside.
Husk on Saturday, how's she come through that first up run?
Yeah, first up was really good. Tyler elected to follow the $1.60 favourite when it didn't pan out and it fell in his face. So she rallied late and got home good. She's drawn good again. Obviously it's up in grade, but she's actually going really, really good. I do rate her chances again, and I think she run a cheeky little race.
You've brought Zondi back to Sydney?
Yeah, Zondi's back to Sydney. He's had a couple of runs. First up at the Valley, it wasn't probably his track, to be fair, and last start he just didn't get a crack at them, and he's back home, bigger track. Once again, he's drawn the car park. He can never draw it. But in saying that, he's had his best runs probably when he's been back and wide and storming home. So the horse is fine, he's fit, he's well, and looking for him to hit the line late.
And the horse we're really looking forward to seeing step out is Briasa. How's he come back?
Yeah, he's come back unbelievable. We couldn't be happier. He's mentally mature, he's physically mature. He just looks the part. What he did, or what he's done to date has just been mind-blowing, really, for a horse of his calibre, that he's just continued to improve. And obviously last start we tried him over the 14 and he probably wasn't really ready for it yet. I think in time he will get there, but he's ready first up Saturday. It's a nice little cheeky race and he's on target.
What is his preparation? Will you give him another run before the Everest?
Yeah, likely in the Premier, and obviously he'll be first up obviously Saturday in the shorts, and then Premier second up and third up Everest. So look, he will be peaking on Everest Day, and when you do have that slot it is a little bit easier. It does take it away trying to win these races first up, but in saying that, he can win first up because he is that good. So it's a tough little race, cheeky little race. He's drawn well. Looking forward to it. He's just kept improving and he's not the finished product yet.